take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Caroga. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. Important news are new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework planet. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before, or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Caroga.
Is this thing on? Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to BedLife for Friday, someday in February 12th, 2021, and yay, the hospital bed is mostly fixed. A small miracle today when the man who came to fix the hospital bed. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Can I help you?
Sir, my name is Jason. I am calling from your from Solar. Doing good, sir.
I'm not interested in solar power.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Oh, he was very cheerful for a solar power salesman. A small miracle today. Yes, the man happened to have the parts he needed. I'm a little concerned. He said there were 4 valves that controlled the issues I was having, and he had 3. And apparently it was enough to change 3 to fix the issues. I'm not asking questions as to how that worked. All I know is that the hospital bed is working again. It goes up when I need it to go up, goes down when I need it to go down. The head goes down when I need it to go down. It comes up when I need it to go up. It trends backwards when I need it to trend back. And it lays flat when I need it to lay flat. So, by a miracle, it's 95% fixed. Now, there was still a leak in the head. Oh, this is an air mattress. It is a tiny leak in the head. He couldn't find it. I mean, it was basically impossible to find the leak. And he did have to order a replacement. It's called, don't laugh, it's called a bladder. A head bladder for the air mattress. So he'll just replace that. Next week, he expects it'll come in He orders it today. Monday's a holiday, President's Day. So middle of next week, hopefully it comes in and he can finish it off at that point. As to how much all this is going to cost me, we really don't have any idea because he doesn't know. He has got to wait for the billing department to tell me how much it's going to cost. Now, they gave me a so-called worst case estimate of just under $3,000. But I have no idea if it's the entire 3,000, a part of the 3,000, or something different, because these weren't even the parts he thought he needed. So this is just how their business works. They have my credit card number. They will just bill me whatever they figure it is. It's a very unusual business practice. I don't know how I'm okay with it, but I guess the fact that they can fix the bed, a place I live 99% of my life, it's just something you live with. Saying it out loud now, I realize how ridiculous a concept that sounds, that I just bought something today that I don't know what the price was. I couldn't have known the price beforehand. I knew a possible worst case scenario, unless it's a different scenario, in which case we don't know what the worst case scenario is. Such is life. We'll see, and I will let you guys know. But knock wood, fingers crossed, all the little things you might do. So far, so good today. Josh Street was first in the chat. I could see, replying to Captain Trek, who was obviously here earlier, and says, Captain Trek, I'll be nice to Berto Prey if he isn't late. Oh, wait, he's already over 3 hours late today. And I was a few minutes late today, and I do apologize. But we'll get to that. Pflugerville says, hey to Captain Trek. Josh Street says, we demand Clonopray, formerly known as Charlie, Clonopray 6, or one known just as Mini Berto Prey 5. Unfortunately, Charlie is not here today. Monty's Folly says, hey, Alberto Prey 5, you are currently 65 minutes late for your live stream. No, I wasn't 65 minutes late. And Monty, it was so good to hear you live on stream yesterday for the first time. At least that I can remember hearing your voice for the first time. Glad you made it. Thomas Potts is 4:45. Well, I guess I'll miss this one. That was at 3:39. I'm sorry, Thomas. I know you got to work. Hopefully you'll find your way here. Captain Track says you will be missed to Thomas. John Street says we are getting Godzilla vs. King Kong this year. So when is the movie Godzilla vs. Berto Prey supposed to hit theaters? Nobody's called me, but if their people want to talk to my people, I can find some time. Positive Candor says, Berto Prey, may today be better than yesterday, and may each day forward bring you happiness and joy. Live long and prosper. Live long and prosper, Positive Candor. Thank you so much for those kind words. Actor says, John Street, he was converted in sliced meat by a bunny, and you want him to face Godzilla. Actor says, maybe son of Godzilla, if he's totally drunk and being held. Maybe comatose. And John Araki put in a $1 super chat. Thank you so much, John Araki. Greatly appreciated. Son of Godzilla. Kazuki, was that his name? Josh Street says, lol, actor, only way Berto Prey win is by crashing something on Godzilla, or as if Berto Prey puts it, landing. Well, I could land a ship into Godzilla's head or something. And John Araki with another $1 super chat. Thank you so much, John Araki. It will play shortly. There it is. Eyebrowed axe. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Monty's Folly says, Berto Prey, you are now 41 minutes late for your stream. And another $1 from John Araki. Thank you so much, John. Hopefully the kissing Dax. So Monty says, you are now 41 minutes late for your stream, and there will now be fined £5 sterling. It's nice talking to you last night. I've only got 16 days left on the internet. Now, come on, Monty. You can renegotiate this internet. Monty is exiting the internet. I'm going to call it Moxit. Montzit. Or Folgzit. You can renegotiate it, Monty. You can put it off another year. Josh Street says, Monty's folly. Bird of Prey is over 10 hours late for the stream. You guys using that metric time. Mr. Londell's Groovy Movies says, good news on Gina Carano front. She's inked a deal with Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire to do some content. And yes, I saw that. Gina's going to be back at the Daily Mail. And I hope I hope she enjoys it. I hope she has fun doing it. I hope she enjoys the work. And thank you, John Araki, for another $1 super chat. But man, is that going to be different than playing Cara Dune. But you know what? If she's happy, I'm happy for her. I guess that means that she's not going back to Disney, even if they change their mind at some point. Which, good for her. Good for her. Monty says, I'm now 31 minutes late for my stream. The fine is increased to £15 sterling, and your removal fall hog lump privileges for a month. And your removal of hog lump privileges, I don't know what that is. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey is late. Of course, hashtag Bird of Prey 5 is late. Josh Street says, Rock Solid, Bird of Prey is always late, so what's new? Thomas says he's busy. Today on Jedi Bill's stream, he commented, I like looking at bras and panties. That is out of context. That was, what did we like to do with the Sears catalog back in the 1980s? John Street says, the Sad Days movie Jurassic Park will not be airing, so we can bring you the Caroga block office hit of the last summer, Freddy vs. Jason vs. Bird of Prey 5 vs. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This is not true. Tomorrow will be Jurassic Park, 1993 version, likely at 2 p.m. Eastern, maybe 2:30, but I'm thinking 2 p.m. Monty says, Bird of Prey, you are now 21 minutes late. Your fine has been increased to £20 sterling, and removal of the hog jumps and town crier will stand outside your house and ring his bell and cry, is late, is late, is late. Man, things are rough there on the other side of the pond. Not Ryan Johnson says, Bird of Prey is never late. Oh, wait, he is all the time. Jedi Bill says hello to Thomas Potts and good afternoon, Qapla, Jedi Bill. I'm glad you're feeling better, Jedi Bill. Josh Reed says T-minus 20 until Bird of Prey crashes YouTube. Thomas says hello to Jedi. Jedi Bill says hello, Bird of Prey, Qapla, Brother Warrior, hail Caroga, hail Caroga. And Jedi Bill is going to be watching Twilight this weekend, so be sure to be ready for that. Jedi Bill says hello to Not Ryan Johnson and Rock Solid. Thomas says, wake up, Jedi Bill, and don't tell me you are awake. I have proof. That's a weird one. Not Ryan Johnson hails Jedi Bill. Monty says, Bird of Prey, you are now 11 minutes late. You're now fined 30 pounds sterling. All the aforementioned punishments, the Queen will now come to your house and tut at you shamefully while her butter throws crumpets at you. Her butler, I assume, throws crumpets at you. If the Queen is going to come here personally, I got a lot of stuff to say to that woman. So she can take a number. John Street says T-9 and counting until Crash O'Prey comes to crash YouTube. 47 Yorktown says greetings from Eastern Canada. Greetings, 47 Yorktown. John Street, T-3 minutes until Crash O'Prey makes one of his fames landing on Critical Headquarters. Monty says Qapla Bird and you all, Qapla Monty. Moxley, excuse me, this is Moxley now. This is Qapla Bird and you all, Qapla Moxley. And John Araki with another $1 super chat. Really trying to get Kissing Dax, and we hope he does. We hope he does. And then I put in soon, because I was coming on really soon. Josh Street says, soon, you're late. I'm sorry, Josh Street. Geeks Enjoyed Erotica says, when will then be now? Soon. Yes, from Spaceballs. Jedi Bill says, hello, Bird of Prey. Qapla, hail Caroga, hail Caroga. Uncle Remus says, late. Monty's Folly says, Bird of Prey, you are now charged with the crime of being rudely late. You are now, in addition to the previous punishments, wanted as an international criminal who will be subject to Blattensburging on arrest. I don't have any idea what that is. Another super chat from John Iraqi. Thank you so much. Captain Track just puts late. Professor Brainy Specs says Qapla, Professor Brainy Specs. Jedi Bill says hello, hail to Professor Brainy Specs. 47 Yorktown says hello, young sir. Qapla, 47 Yorktown. Uncle Remus says synonyms for late. Behind, behindhand, belated, delinquent, latish, overdue, and tardy. Those are all, except for behindhand. I've never heard of that. Those are all, yes, adequate synonyms. Actor says, hola Palacos, and the flock leader Alberto, and John Araki with another $1 super chat. Thank you again, John Araki. Got a little Commander Shran action going. A little toast from Commander Shran. Uncle Remus, yes. Captain Trek. Oh, we jumped. We jumped quite a bit. Where are we? Captain Trek says, you are so late. Robert Rose says, Qapla, Bird of Prey, Mama Prey, Sassy. Hail on Caroga. Hail Hydra. That's just nuts. Dr. Alex is in the house. Qapla, Bird of Prey, Qapla, Dr. Alex. Good to see you. Josh Street says, I'm late. Yes, I know. Vincent Gallipo, Qapla, Vincent Gallipo. And Vincent, I think it's time you become a moderator, Vincent. You now have got a wrench. And Andrew Cuomo donated $1. Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York State, my governor, says, your advice worked. I lied about the deaths in New York until a friendly administrator was in the White House. Listen, people, ask Bird of Prey for advice and join Caroga. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Yes, well, that's one way of doing it. If you're afraid that a Republican president is going to have you charged with a crime, just lie. Lie until a Democrat gets in, and then you'll be home free. And John Araki with another $1 super chat. Thank you again, John Araki. I greatly appreciate it. Even though this one, it's a fake. It's a fake. It's a fake. So, yeah, Vincent Gallipo is our newest moderator. Actor says, hashtag Gina is fine. Absolutely, Gina is fine. Josh Reed says, you're fired, Bird of Prey, for being late for the last time. And John Araki with another super chat. And it's still not Kissing Dax. But not terribly surprising, because when you do it through super chat, it's a very unlikely event to get Kissing Dax. Moxley fan says, Qapla, Moxley. Actor says, Mike, thank you. Thank you. Dr. Alex says he's so quiet. John Street says no sound. Bird of prey pulling a bird of prey. Uncle Remus says worlds relating to late, delayed, detained, postponed, dilly-dallying, dawdling, delalatory. And John Araki with another $1 super chat. And somebody said make it rain. Hector said make it rain. John Araki is certainly trying to make it rain here. And I'm not going to complain. I do hope he gets kissing Dak. At this point, John Araki, if you want to just wait a bit, once we get to Dear Bop or something, we'll do a kissing Dax. You've certainly given enough. Feel free to keep trying, but I will get you your kissing Dax at least for a few seconds. Well, I forgot to turn the mic on for a moment. Monty says, bird of prey, sound, you dof, you oaf. Dee Dee Myers says, Qapla, bird of prey, how are you and the family? I am very happy they finally came and fixed your bed, brother. Thank you, Dee Dee. We were very happy. In fact, when he said, I might have those parts with me, I really didn't even believe it was going to happen. I didn't dare make myself believe it was going to happen, and I didn't trust that it happened until he was finished and left, and I was in the bed, and we tried it several times, and we confirmed it was working. Josh Street says, now Bird of Prey is hearing things. Actor says, did you tell the technicians to fix the warp coils? I just had them run a level 1 diagnostic. That generally fixes everything. Hospital bread, says Professor Brainy Speaks. Did I say bread somewhere? That is a typo I would make. Roxalt says, Bird of Prey, send me that number and I'll scam bait him. He's not a scammer. He was just somebody selling solar panels. Dr. Alex says, Mercer is the raising agent. Mercer is the raising agent. Uncle says, but does the hospital bed go sideways? It can. I was feeling pretty good. He had a mask on. We had our masks on. But at the end, and I asked him if he was still based out of the local hospital. He says, yeah. He's like, COVID everywhere. I was like, oh, Jesus. Luckily, he says he hasn't gotten it. The man works out of a hospital, but he says he hasn't gotten COVID yet. And he hopes he doesn't, obviously. He is an older man, but the way he said COVID everywhere, I was like, we should not would. We should be okay. Josh reaches Bird of Prey. Now watch the 4th one breaks in a month's time. He actually said that once these things start going, they generally all go. I asked about just replacing them all at the same time, but he just kind of laughed at me. So, I don't know. Roxodds is Bird of Prey. Got the head to go down when he needs it to go down. Confirmed. Kronos says, oh crap, I'm late. No, you're not late. You're not lat either, Kronos. Angrima says, leaky heads are a terrible problem for Bird of Prey. Hector says, Bird needs that contraption from the Wild Wild West movie. Hector says, yes, you are late. Nicole Malo says, too much. I suppose she means too much info. Bradley says, how much will it cost? Only an arm and a leg. It could take 2 legs. It's not really doing me any good. D.D. Myers says, greetings and hello, everyone. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day, considering all we're dealing with. So do I. Kronos says, Bird of Prey, Qapla. You owe Prey, Qapla to you, Kronos. Actor says, they can take 2 legs. Exactly. We're on the same page. Commodore Ty says, hello, Bird of Prey, and hello all in chat. Qapla, Commodore Ty. Moxley fan says, rock solid hey to Gary. Josh Street says, Bird of Prey, how is a non-doctor going to find your leak in your head? Nobody was looking for a leak in the head. Chrono says, who needs a bladder? The hospital bed needs a bladder. Nicole says, how much can you afford? Well, that is what it will cost. Well, if that's what it'll cost, then it's not going to cost too much. Kronos says, don't fall asleep in a bathtub. I will try not to, Kronos. Uncle Remus says, the best case is a worst case scenario for Bird. Kronos says, I used to have a kidney or two. That happened to you, Kronos? You woke up in a bathtub full of ice with a note that says they've taken your kidneys. You got to get to the hospital. Uncle Remus says, did have a leaky head. Kronos says, did Sisopray believe in anything traditional, Bird of Prey? Does Sisopray believe in anything traditional? That's a funny question. We should wait till she's here to ask her. I have a feeling she believes in some traditional things. Nicole says, rumors have it will be 8 minutes late for my own funeral. 8 minutes late isn't too bad. Nicole. Actor says, Bird has a hex around his house, so neither Sisopray nor Charlie can enter. No, they're allowed to enter. They just don't want to come all the way from New Jersey with cold ice and snow on the roads. Josh Street says, Kronos, you need to stop letting the Carogan moths into your home, and you would still have 2 kidneys. Moths are the problem, huh? Kronos says, oh no, he's got to go, Godzilla. Vincent Gallipo says, who needs a hypothalamus? Kronos says, moths are to blame, son of a bitch. Actor says, always. Moths are always to blame, Hector. John Araki says, live short and suffer. Wow. Kronos says, nice eyebrow sex. Hector says, I'm sure Gorgia can survive even an asteroid dropped on him. I guess that's Godzilla's son. And Kronos says, oh no, there goes Tokyo. Hector says his grammar today is lacking. Don't worry, Hector, it's better than mine. John Araki says eyebrow raises are racist. I don't understand, but I saw a funny picture meme earlier where it said 1950, and somebody says, I bet in 70 years we're going to have flying cars. And then it had the year 2020, and it just said, this syrup is racist. And I just cracked up laughing. Because it's true. It's true. In the 1950s, if you ask people, what do you think is going to be the biggest news story of 2020 or 2021? And they'll be like, or a big news story. They'll be like, oh, probably like flying cars, or the, first humans give birth on Mars, or, where we make contact with aliens, or we make a first spaceship that can go light speed. Because that was the things that they were actually thinking were going to be happening in 70 years. Can you imagine? It took them less than 50 years to go from the Wright brothers to B-2 bombers, or not B-2, whatever, the bombers they were using in World War II. Another 70 years, they were, people would be traveling through space to the moon. And they went to the moon in just another couple decades. And then what's going to happen? We're going to be arguing about why food is racist. We're going to be arguing why pancake syrup is racist. That's the reality of what happened. We went from aiming to the moon to arguing about pancake syrup being racist. And the thing of it is, not even that many people wanted to argue. Most people just seem to accept it. Kronos would love a Jenna. Dear Bop has donated $4.20, and says, for the love of Pete, just skip to Dear Bop's, and if there was an important comment, they can send to Dear Bop. Dear Bop, we can't skip everybody's comments. That wouldn't be fair. I don't know what you mean by you'd love a Gina Kronos, a Jena. Kronos says his pelvis again, but it's worth it. Dr. Alex's P.S. Bird of Prey sent you a DM on Discord. Thank you, Dr. Alex. I will try to remember to open Discord after. Kronos says Disney can suck my Bambi. Kronos is Bird of Prey behind in the readings? Of course I'm behind. I wasn't even on time for the chat. And before I got here, there was 20 minutes of chat to get through. Roxodds' Bird of Prey still hasn't gotten me anything for my birthday. Son of a bitch. All I know is your unbirthday. I don't know your birthday, Rock Solid. Kronos says he's slowing down. Bender needs some booze, baby. Wow. I'm not space kissing her. Says 47 minutes late. That doesn't seem right. John Araki says Bird Wars episode 5, A Last Hope. Where are we? John DeMarco says greetings. Qapla, John DeMarco. JP's lol, I love Tardy. Yeah, I was gonna say Tardy's probably the best of those. John Araki says Streamlabs ran the 2020 election. Kronos says Bird of Prey, what episode is today? We're not watching an episode of anything. Tomorrow is Jurassic Park. Sunday's Futurama. And then we have Deep Space Nine next Wednesday. Monty's Folly says Bird of Prey. Battenberging is like radishing, only involving a cake and a toilet plunger, and a Morris dancer performed punishment while humming off key. You know what, Monty? I'm just going to leave it there because I still don't know. In fact, I know less now than I did before. John Araki says Araki has a Dax problem. Don't worry, John Araki. We'll get you. We'll get you your Dax. Kronos says, my gov as well. What a dink. Yeah. Old Cuomo. Robert Rose Jr. says Bird of Prey is taking Caroga over. I already have Caroga. I didn't rig the game, Hector. I didn't rig the game. Kronos says Gina is very fine. Kronos says Bird of Prey, that's an ugly Enterprise. I apologize for the fact that the JJ Enterprise is one of the animations. I really should delete it. Kronos says smoochies. John Araki says Bird needs Hillram money for the bed. Thank you, John Araki. Admiral Zaval says I threw my back out. Ouch. Oh, sorry to hear that, Admiral Saval. If it's your first time throwing your back out, it's a very, very tough position to be in. Even if it's your second or third or fourth time, it sucks. Before I couldn't walk, I had frequent back problems. And let me tell you, they really took a toll on you mentally and physically. But I thought it was bad. When I had the pain, but now, listen, I know what you're going through. That's all I'm trying to say. And I hope you feel better. Darth Maul says, well, it's my turn to be failed by the coof. Kronos says, Alex was here. Alexander was here yesterday, that much. Star Trek Nitpickers is Qapla. Hospital bed. Thank you, Star Trek Nitpickers. Professor Brainy Specs says, Bird of Prey. Good news, everyone. I can make cinema sad day. We're playing the Ultra Director's Edition, unrated 4D, extra long version of Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Right. No, we're playing Jurassic Park, the original 1993 version. Star Trek Nitpickers says, remember to like. Thank you, Star Trek Nitpickers. And guys, remember to check out Star Trek Nitpickers channel. He will hopefully put the link in. Actor says, Kronos, stop making Bird behind in the chat. Kronos says, nice deflection, Birdo Prey. Thank you. Thank you. Rock Solid wants Dear Bop. Kronos says, Birdo Prey doesn't know Muzak. That is true. Actor says, Birdo Prey. Galorgia is the Japanese name in Latin letters for Godzilla. And Professor Brainy Speck says, oh dear, Birdo Prey is getting further behind. Oh. Sorry. Jedi Bill says B-52 Flying Fortress. Thank you. Hail Caroga. Hail Caroga. That's what I was talking about. 70% of the comments are Kronos's anyway, says Hector. Josh Reed says, Bird of Prey, to back, we can't go back in time 70 years ago and place, too bad we can't go back in time 70 years and place bets on what would happen in 70 years. This is true. Kronos says, it would be great if Bird of Prey could read. Robert says, are you okay, Mom? Now the humidifier is having an issue. Robert Rose says, Bird of Prey, now some college professor has written a book that if one humanity treats dog correctly is now racist and white privilege. I heard something about, treating dogs as white privilege. Something about that. Mr. Londell's Groovy Movie says, Bird of Prey, the majority of people aren't arguing about racism in food. It's only a handful of loud, unemployed 20-somethings who have failed to launch. Yes, but it goes into the news, and then it becomes a legit issue if it's being reported by the New York Times, the Washington Times, the Huffington Post, Newsweek, USA Today. They all had articles on racist syrup. Kronos says Bird of Prey properly. Okay. Professor Brainy Specs says Bird of Prey is starting to catch up. Well, because I started to just read the Bird of Prey 5 comments. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Qapla, Mike Richards. Where are we? The B-52s are a good band, says Kronos. Professor Brainy Specs says, you promised me Crystal Skull. I heard you. I did not. You must have been dreaming, Professor. Captain Track says, Bird of Prey, remember not to check out the Captain Track channel. Guys, check out the Captain Track channel. Every morning he does morning brew at 5 a.m. Central Time. And by every morning, I mean most mornings. So check him out. And Jedi Bill with a $2 super chat. Qapla, and thank you, Jedi Bill. And also, of course, check out Jedi Bill's channel, who usually does Insomniac Soup at some point through the night. I think it's around midnight Central. I'm not 100% sure on the start time, but Jedi Bill can fill it in. But you have some soup, and then you have some morning brew. Kronos says, racist syrup and drools. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Nitpickers puts in the link. Here's the link to the USS. Here's a link to the USS New York. Very cool. That is a great playlist on his channel. Kronos says, welcome. And Jedi Bill super chat just came through. Thank you, Jedi Bill. We got some 2D thinking going on in that. John Araki says, go, Bill, go. And Kronos says, what is a Billow Jedi? That's not a Billow Jedi. It's Jedi Bill. Okay. So, I know you guys want the Dear Bops, but before we get to the Dear Bops, John Araki was so generous that I think we need to show him a little bit of kissing Dax. Let's see. And of course, I have to add I have to add opera to the list. There we go. Yes, save. There we go. Okay, so this is for, and only for John Araki. Everybody else, close your eye. Okay? No one else gets the peek. This is just for John Araki. Okay? And maybe Jedi Bill, because he put in $2. So, yeah, John Araki, this is for you. Everyone else, please keep your eyes closed. A couple more minutes. The Jadzia and her ex-girlfriend or her ex-wife from a former host, they're getting very close in her quarters. And they're touching. She's going for the finger. Going for the finger is a great way women tell you that they're ready. Okay, if you're like, you're not sure, like I wasn't sure, but like when the woman like took my finger and like pretended it was a lollipop, I was like, oh, I guess she's ready. That sometimes you've got to be that blunt. There it is. There's the money shot again. Eyes closed, except John Araki and Jedi Bill. None of you guys else earn this. There you go. Kiss and Dax. Hope you enjoyed it, John Araki. Nicole's a gal, so gets the peek. I don't know. Maybe. Roxas says, what about Dear Bops 420? Dear Bop's not a real person. Jedi Bill says, sparkly vampires suck. Well, you shouldn't have agreed. You shouldn't have agreed to watch the sparkly vampires, Jedi Bill. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, and Jedi Bill super chat conveniently gets kissing Dax. Oh, all that work for nothing. There you go, Jedi Bill. And listen, Jedi Bill got it for everybody. So everybody got to see that. Well done, Jedi Bill. You can't make that stuff up. Kronos wasn't watching, he swears. That was well done. Okay, so let's go to the Dear Bops. It would appear that we've got 27 Dear Bops. Oh, Lord. Okay. Let us start. Dear Bop, Frank Sinatra does suck. How do you think he stole Freddie Mercury's heart? You son of a bitch. Okay, I'm tired of this crap. Frank Sinatra never laid a hand, a finger, a lip on Freddie Mercury. Okay, if Sinatra, if Freddie Mercury, I'm sure Sinatra didn't care much who Freddie Mercury did whatever he did with, as long as it wasn't with Frank. Frank Sinatra was pretty big on civil rights and whatnot. And if Freddie Mercury was doing his thing on the other side of town with the other people of his own persuasion, Frank Sinatra wouldn't have cared. But if Freddie Mercury even looked at Frank Sinatra with those eyes and blew him a kiss or something, Frank Sinatra would have beat the crap out of him. Okay, that's the way things were in those days. I'm not saying it's right, but it's what would have happened. Dear Bob, Star Trek Prodigy update, more from Mulgrew. A one-on-one chat with Mulgrew, where she goes into a bit more detail on Prodigy, saying, and Mulgrew, I'm really enjoying recording that cartoon. It's very sophisticated. It's feature film quality. The Hageman brothers, co-creators, are geniuses. And executive producer Alex Kurtzman is a great leader, a visionary. I think it's time for the little ones to come into the fold. I honestly can't tell if that's legit BS she is spouting out, or if that is some type of like Onion or Babylon Bee article that somebody wrote. Visionary Alex Kurtzman, feature film quality. If she's recording the voices, you don't get to see the final product when you're recording the voices, unless they're doing stuff backwards. How the hell would she know the feature film, the quality of the film, if all she's doing is recording the voices? It doesn't even make sense. I hope it's good. You know what? I hope it's true. I hope it's legit. I hope it's real, because I will be reviewing it, and I would much rather review a sophisticated show of feature film quality made by a genius or geniuses with a visionary leader than a piece of shit cartoon drawn by a hack and produced by bigger hacks with Kate Mulgrew selling out because she can't play the, mean Russian woman on Orange is the New Black anymore. Dear Bob, I disagree with Kate Mulgrew that Alex Kurtzman is a great, great leader and a visionary. Do you agree with me on him? I disagree with Kate, that's for sure. And I highly doubt he's a visionary. In fact, it's pretty much been proven he has stolen every idea any movie idea or a TV show he's ever done has been done by somebody else first. And it's pretty clear where he finds, scenes and whatnot he steals from everybody else who's slightly more creative than him, shows and movies and ideas. So literally calling him a visionary isn't just bullshit. It's a flat out lie. It's a falsehood. He's the opposite of a visionary. He's a parasite. Not, as a human, but as a brain parasite in terms of ideas. He doesn't have leadership. He doesn't have vision. He just takes other people's ideas and redoes them. Dear Bop, needs more work to change this song to be about you, but I tried. Birdo Prey 5, Birdo Prey 5, does whatever a Birdo Prey can. Cloak shoot flies, look out, here comes Birdo Prey 5. Is he strong? Listen, bud, take a look overhead. Hey there goes Birdo Prey 5. In the chill of the night, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time, Birdo Prey 5. You know what? If you're going to do a song, that's the length of the song to do. Thank you, I guess. Actor says, Birdo Prey, Sinatra won't beat anyone. That's what his mobster friends were for. Oh, if he had to, he'd get his hands dirty. It's not, it wouldn't happen often. But if he needed to. Actor says, Birdo Prey asking to all close their eyes is like Wonder Woman asking for all the world to renounce their wishes. Yeah, but it worked. It worked in the movie. Dan says, was there any lesbian kissing with Mira Ezri Dax? There was, except it was a terrible scene. They didn't really kiss. They did the slightest peck, and then they moved the camera to the other side. That was the same peck of the cheek. There was no actual lip to lip. There was no exchange of fluids. Like, honestly, you kiss your grandmother more passionately than they did. Obviously, I don't know if it was Nicole DeBoer or the actress who plays Kira, whose name I'm forgetting at the moment. One of them or both of them were really not into it. Certainly not like Terry Farrell was with the woman she was kissed. And they were totally disgusted by it. You could tell. They did not, wasn't even, in fact, they tried to make a super chat animation out of it. There literally were just like 2 to 3 frames where their lips were actually touching. It wasn't even enough to make a short animation of. Even I tried to play it back and play it over, It looked ridiculous. It was so short of a kiss. And we will see that in a future episode, and I will point out just how terrible that was compared to the super professional job that Jadzia Terry Farrell did. I don't know, obviously they were not as into it, which is fine. But for a show whose legacy was partly built on that kiss, and for a character who was partly that same character, it was not believable at all. Kronos swears he wasn't watching. Actor says, Bird of Prey. Yeah, no, I read that. Springtime. Qapla springtime. Says, Bird of Prey, just admit that you are a hotshot and just accept it as everyone already knows it. Long live Momo Prey. Is that Mom-O Prey or Momo Prey? I'll take it as Momo Prey. Thank you, Springtime. Yes, long live Momo Prey. I'm a big shot if you say so. Kronos' brain slugs don't get any respect. Nope, they don't, Kronos. Nor do they deserve respect. Dan23 says, passionately kissing Grandma. You heard him say it. I'm saying it was less passionate. Dear Bot, SGU. The glimpse on the Destiny-style Stargates represent some form of ancient numeral system, and the address is based on the direction and distance of the destination gate relative to the dialing gate. Do you like the way the Stargate works? Well, all Stargates work the same. They just have different glyphs on them. Earth gates versus Atlantis gates versus Destiny gates. But the physics of how the Stargates work, those are the same amongst all the gates. I like the way the Stargates work in general. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense that you need 7 coordinates. Okay, so you need 6 coordinates and a origin point. It really doesn't make a lot of sense, though, because you would say, well, if the origin point is different for every gate, then the origin point has to appear on every gate. So then what other glimpse isn't appearing? It seems like that not every gate can contact every other gate. So that seems a bit weird. And it gets more wonky when you add in the 8th chevron or the 9th chevron. But yeah, as an overall rule, I like the way Stargates work. It's a lot. I like the fact that we have a lot of information on how they work, and like we have a lot of information on how warp drive works. Mostly because these franchises had hundreds and hundreds of episodes and movies and whatnot. Whereas, say, Orville, we don't have any real idea how quantum drive works yet, but we're only 2 seasons in to the series. I can't say we knew a hell of a lot of how warp drive worked 2 seasons into the original series. Actually, for that matter, 1 season in, because there were more episodes of the original series in the first season than there have been of Orville over its first 2 seasons. So as a fair, 1 season into TOS, did we have any idea how warp drive worked? Really, not really. So that's the same where we are with quantum drive. If there's more future seasons of the Orville, if there are Orville movies and Orville technical manuals and whatnot, then maybe we'll understand how quantum drive works. But I do remember hearing that I watched the episode where he said that the quantum drive was capable of 10 light years per hour, I believe he said, at maximum speed. So that does give us some basis. I don't know what that translates to in warp drive, but there is some speed limit given for the Orville. Nicole likes jump drive. Dear Bob, guess the song from the lyrics. Wouldn't you like to have some fun? How about a few laughs? Good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? So let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every guy I see. Yes. I have no idea the song. Not a clue. Mamo Pray, do you have any idea? You have any idea what the song is from these lyrics? Wouldn't you like to have fun? How about a few laughs? Good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? No? I don't know it. Mamo Pray doesn't know it. Sorry. Yeah, we're not the best for recognizing songs. However, I'm sure I could put this in Google and get you an answer, assuming there is an answer. So let's do that. Search with Google search. Big Spender. Peggy Lee, Big Spender. There's your song. So there you go. Another successful Dear Bop. Dear Bop, people are excited to tune into your videos, but when they find out it's Risk, they're disappointed because this is shit. I'm sorry you don't like Risk, but I can tell you there are people out there who do like Risk. We did the Risk, this last Risk, I will grant you wasn't the biggest stream, but the Risk we did before it was a very well done stream. I understand Risk isn't everybody's deal. That's why we do it at most once a week. And on average, far less than that. But listen, if you don't like Risk, I apologize. You could come on and just speak. It is open lines. You don't have to speak about Risk. And of course, there's always other people streaming. So, once in a while you don't like it. I get it. I apologize. Not everybody's going to like all the content. Chronos says I'm racist towards brain slugs. This is true. Andrea Seabrook says I mean metaphorically. Qapla, Andrea. Good to see you online. I assume you made it back to the United States. She said, oh, good morning, everyone. I woke up to Chronos snorting. Really? Oh, she woke up to Chronos metaphorically snorting. Well, I'm glad. I assume it means you're back in the United States, Andrea. I hope your flight went well, and I hope everything is okay. And I don't know if you ended up taking your cat, but if you did, I hope the cat's okay. Dear Bob, I'm thinking of live streaming as soon as I get a new computer. Would you recommend OBS or XSplit? Also, would you recommend StreamYards or XSplit? Dan Druff. Well, I tell you what, if you had asked me a month ago, I would have said XSplit. But I've kicked the boot. I've given up XSplit. I am now using original OBS Studio. And I'll be honest, OBS does everything XSplit seemed to do. It's a little bit more difficult to learn, but literally any question you have, you can put into YouTube and somebody will have a video showing you what to do. And you can always ask somebody like me or LDG or NT-Tracker if you ever see them on how to do something, and I'm sure we'd tell you. There's a lot of people who use it. There is no shortage of info on Google on how to do anything you need to do. So being OBS is free, I would say go ahead and use OBS Studio. That would be my... Now, as to StreamYard or XSplit. StreamYard is very different than XSplit. They're not really competitors. StreamYard is if you want to have multiple people on, like a panel discussion. In which case there's nothing else that competes with StreamYard, especially the free version of StreamYard, or even the basic price of, it's like $20 to $25 a month. There's nothing remotely close to that. So it's really your only option if you want to have panel discussions on YouTube at the moment. There is more professional software out there that costs like hundreds and hundreds of dollars a year, that can set you up with something similar to StreamYard, but it is, it's so not worth it. And it's much more expensive, and I never used it. Unless you were going to be putting on your own like professionally produced YouTube show, like a big time, million plus subscribed YouTuber, you're probably not going to use that software. So StreamYard you would probably get in addition to OBS or XSplit. And again, I would say StreamYard and OBS is probably the way to go. Get a free StreamYard account at first, just to see if you need it. If you need it, great. If you don't need it, then even better. And I would just add that if you do end up purchasing StreamYard, I'd really appreciate it if you go to BertoPray5.com and go to my affiliate links and purchase it through there. You might get a small discount, and I'll get a discount for you using my link. But again, that's only if you need a show where you're going to have multiple people on. If it's just going to be you doing a show like this show where we don't have guests, then you don't need anything. OBS is totally free. And there's Geeks Enjoy Nerdrotica is glad to help anyone with OBS, and he puts in a link there for his stream. So there's another source of help. Dear Bop, what do you think of this non-canon 22nd century Starfleet ship? You may not have seen it before. The Poseidon class. Let's see. The Poseidon class. Very small, unfortunately. There we go. It looks a lot like an Akira. I mean, I like it, but it looks like a lot of other small ships. If someone was going to give me one, I wouldn't turn it down. Don't have a lot of high quality pictures. The Poseidon class was a series of United Earth Destroyer starships in Earth Starfleet service around the time of 2150s. This seems very advanced for 2150, I'll be honest. It became a Federation starship class following the founding of the Federation in 2161. The Poseidon is considered a variant of the NX class. That doesn't make any sense. I don't see the NX at all in this ship. Saw action against the Romulan Star Navy in the Earth-Romulan War. I mean, this is a really nice looking ship, but that looks like post-TOS. I'd be really hard to believe that was Enterprise or pre-Enterprise even. That's just not believable. What do you think about this 23rd century non-canon ship and refit? We'll take a look. The Proxima class, and I'm seeing, oh God, 4 warp nacelles. No, I don't. It looks like, What was that? It looks like an Excelsior class. Oh no. Oh my god. 4 warp nacelles and two main hulls or 2 secondary hulls. This is just stupid. I'm sorry, but this ship just looks stupid. If you were going to build this, you would build this as one solid piece down here. This is just somebody got silly with the extra pieces and put this together. No. At this angle, it looks like an Excelsior with 4 nacelles, and on the other angle, it just looks even more dumb. Oh, this is the refit. So the refit is super stupid, and the original is just mostly stupid. I'm sorry. Those aren't worth their time. And Kronos says, "Wow, nice plug." Well, I gotta plug somehow, Kronos. Gotta plug it once in a while. And Andrea says, "Thanks, had my ceremonial Chick-fil-A no cat tier." Well, I'm sorry you left your cat, but at least the cat didn't have to go through the trials of getting here, which, isn't easy on a cat. Congrats on the Chick-fil-A, and glad you are back stateside. I assume that means your test was good and all's well. Captain Trax says, "Some idiot was making a ship out of 2 kits." I think so. And Continuum Track, Qapla and Jolan True. Qapla Continuum Track. And guys, I had the link for Continuum Tracks. Let me get it back. His GoFundMe. This is Continuum Tracks GoFundMe. Please, if you can help out Continuum Track at all. He was in a car accident. I believe it was last month, and he's still having medical issues because of that, and job issues, and he needs a little money. Okay, he didn't put Gorilla Glue in his hair, and he's not trying to sue the Gorilla Glue company, and he's not going to get $17,000 because he's not a stupid person who put Gorilla Glue in his hair. He's one of the many people on GoFundMe that needs a little bit of help, and if you can help, it's appreciated. And if you can't help, you can pass the word along to others so that someone can help. And maybe if you ask nicely, he'll put Gorilla Glue somewhere on his body. But I can't speak for him. But it's possible. Kronos says, "By all means, plug away." And Continue Attack says, "Thank you so much. You're welcome." And Kronos says, "Gorilla Glue, Kronos. I'm sure you heard of it yesterday." Dear Both, I only have 17 days left before I quit the internet for good. It's been a pleasure watching yourself, Anti-Tracker, and Life with Matthew. I'm quitting because I can't take what the internet has turned into. At one point in time, it was a wonderful tool for sharing information and thoughts, but now it's turned into an open sewage pipe directly depositing excrement into people's homes and minds, and I can't take it anymore. Well, you got to move out of Turkestan. I will see you and the others till I delete my accounts at midnight on the 28th. Be well, sir. Monty's Folly. Monty, please consider postponing. Let's renegotiate this. Your exit from the internet. Maybe we can re-vote. I don't know how it's going to work. Push that date back, please, sir. You're right. It does bring excrement into your home, but that's only because you must be close to Turkestan and, something with the way the gravity works in Turkestan and them being below the sewer line of the rest of the world. And so the crap just naturally flows downhill towards them. We told them when they started building there, we said, Anti-Tracker, this is really just destined to become the world's, poop pit. And he was like, no, I got a great deal on this land. I was like, yeah, that's because this is a poop pit. Do you understand what we're saying? It's going to become filled with raw sewage. And he just kept throwing this deed around, even though you could clearly see the deed was just written on the instructions from an old discarded monopoly board. But he said it was his land and he was founding his country there. And, after a while, we just felt bad for the guy. So we fenced it off and we let him run around. We didn't expect he'd actually get anyone else to move in nearby. I mean, we put up signs that said, warning, that turds are coming. And apparently he decided to name his country Turdistan. And just one giant blunder after another. So we fenced it off, and the smart ones will be able to climb the fence. The rest of them, in a few years, we'll just cement over it and then start again. But Monty, please don't go down like that. Springtime says, don't use Gorilla Glue on your body. Just don't think about it. Chrono says, do SJWs have this much fun? I hope not. Continuum Track says, I don't have any hair. Thank you again. You are welcome. That's why I said it's somewhere. It doesn't have to be your head. It doesn't have to be your head. Maybe your shoulder. I don't know. Anywhere. It's just a possibility. Dear Bob, don't worry. I'm going to ask. Oh, wait, I've forgotten. Oh, bye. Dear Bob, don't worry. I'm going to ask. Oh, wait, I've forgotten. Oh, bye. I'm almost wondering if that isn't our old friend, Joe Biden. Dear Bob, stand up and do the bop. Wait, sorry, you can't stand up, but you are still pretty funny. Thank you. Stand up and do the bop. Dear Bob, as I am a man in his 30s, should I be wearing boxers or briefs or other? Underwear these days seems to be too long and goes over my belly button or can't get it up over my legs. Good pair of underwear shrink too quickly. Please advise. Thanks. I was a fan of boxers, but they didn't have any shrinkage problems. Probably because I washed them on hot first before wearing them for the first time. So if they were going to shrink, they shrunk before I put them on for the first time. Also dried them on super hot, just to prevent any type of shrinking issues later. I don't understand how they go over the belly button. Just don't pull them up that far. Unless you have a particularly low belly button, which is possible. In which case, you could probably just take a pair of scissors and cut out a spot so that it doesn't cover your belly button. And then you can do the same for your pants. Just have a hole. Just, like a half moon shape, where the belly button would be. I don't know how you would deal with a belt in that case. In fact, really doesn't matter. I mean, let's face it, if you're wearing a shirt, nobody's going to see your belly button anyway. So who cares where your pants go to? This is not something you need worry about. Dear Bob, I have to carry my medication on me at all times. When I go out and I put it in my pocket, it makes an unsightly bulge in the pant pocket. What should I do? Also, some people get this using cell phones. Some people get this using cell phones. You mean get to Dear Bop using cell phones? Yeah, if it's hard to type out a Dear Bop on your cell phone, I apologize. But such is life. But if you've got to carry your pills, you can always find the smallest pill bottle you can find and just put your pills into there for the day. That shouldn't be too bad. I ordered this pill case on Amazon. It's mostly flat. It's still pretty big to put in a pocket. And I don't know that I'd want to put too many pills into it, but they have pill cases you can order that are mostly flat. And then, of course, there's just the good old Ziploc baggie. Put the pills in a Ziploc baggie, a small Ziploc baggie, and push them in your pocket, and nobody'll know they're there. Though that works. What I used to do at work was I would bring in, if I knew I was going to work, I'd bring in my pills for the week and leave them there, so I wouldn't have to carry them in each day. I would just have to carry them in on Monday. But of course, if you end up staying home one day, you might get a little, you have to have a few extra pills just in case you don't go into work one day. Dear Bob, do you still play that Microsoft Airplane Simulator game? Actually, I do. Microsoft Flight Simulator. I have played it, not in the last couple weeks, but it's still on my computer and I will still play it. I plan to play it some more. But I did notice that, I bought it, I played it, and then I got tired of it. But that's how all games work, because I've been spending most of my time in Space Engineers. I'm sure in a month or a few weeks, I'll get tired of Space Engineers, and I will go back to Flight Simulator, and I'll go back to Besiege, and I'll just, maybe something new will come out by then. I'll go get a new Call of Duty or something. But it's there, it's still installed. As long as it's installed, it means that any day could come, I'll play it. So is City Skylines, which is another game I can circle back to. Dear Bob, when you have finished reviewing Deep Space Nine, you said next was Enterprise. Has this been changed to reviewing the HD versions of Babylon 5? No. After Deep Space Nine, we're continuing with Enterprise or some other Star Trek. Babylon 5 might come after Futurama. And Futurama will finish long before we finish DS9, by the way. Futurama we'll finish this year sometime. DS9, we've got at least a couple more years to go. So Babylon 5 will be sooner on the Futurama schedule than the DS9 schedule. The problem is, while I can watch the HD version on HBO Max, sharing that version with everyone else is going to be a challenge. I'll see what our options are. And if somebody has a better version or whatever that I should be using, that would be nice to know too. I think we will be doing Babylon 5 after Futurama, but it's subject to change. Dear Bob, when having lettuce in a burger, should it go at the top or the bottom? Very important question. Always the top. Always the top. It should go bread, lettuce, tomato, cheese, burger patty, possibly another slice of cheese, and if you're going to have other bread, more bread, or if you do half bread, then you're allowed to put a second piece of lettuce in lieu of the bottom bun, but only if it's in lieu of the bottom bun. If you're going to have a bottom bun, then there's no more lettuce. That is the correct Carogan way to make a burger. Dear Bob, I know this isn't a question or advice, but this is my version of the Star Trek TNG #Dear Bob style I hope you like it. The Bird of Prey 5 YouTube channel, The Final Frontier. These are the voyages of hashtag Dear Bop to seek new life and new Dear Bop 5. Twice a week to boldly go where no YouTube channel has gone before. The Bird of Prey 5 channel from Moxley Fan 21. Thank you so much, Moxley. You know what? Let me say that one more time because it seems like I messed it up. The Bird of Prey 5 YouTube channel, The Final Frontier. These are the voyages of Dear Bop to seek new life and new Dear Bops twice a week to boldly go where no YouTube channel has gone before. The Bird of Prey 5 channel. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you so much, Moxley. Well done. Well done. And then we got some thumbs ups for Babylon 5. So it looks like people like that idea. And the burger. People like the burger. That's good. Dear Bop, I have a very small YouTube channel. I mostly do live streams. But today I did a review on a popular TV show. And I got very little views. I got very little views. See that other YouTube channel do much better than mine, getting thousands or hundreds more than my video, which only received a few or so. Dear Bob, how in the heck do I get hundreds of thousands of views on my video? Dear Bob, can you please steer me in the right direction? Well, if you have a small YouTube channel, then YouTube is only showing your channel to a small number of people. You've got to get more subscribers to get hundreds of thousands of views on your videos. And like, well, how do I get more subscribers? Well, you've got to get more viewers to your videos. It's a loop. I know. You need to get more people watching your videos to get more subscribers, but you need more subscribers to get more people watching your video. It's a slow process. It's rarely fast. But you build slowly over time. Most people who you see in this community, they slowly build. And let me tell you, the first 10 subscribers, okay, well, maybe the first 10 are easy because you ask your friends and your family. But the first 100 subscribers are the hardest subscribers to get. Okay, the second 100 are easier to get than the first 100. The second 200 are harder to get than the first 200. Okay, the second 500 are easier to get than the first 500, and the second 1,000 are a lot easier to get than the first 1,000. Because as you get more subscribers, it becomes easier to grow your channel. And there are different ways of doing it. Certainly, we have seen people in our community, especially Orville Nation, PJ, has found a way to grow his channel by doing almost exclusively live streams. And congrats to him for doing it that way. Other people in the community, including me and Anti-Trekker, we've noticed that we have to do a combination of live streams and uploaded videos. And for me anyway, and I can only speak for myself, I notice that when I upload videos, I get new subscribers. And I'm not talking about uploading videos that are just parts of previous live streams. I'm talking about uploading completely new content, like a review of Star Trek Discovery or Star Trek Picard or Star Trek Lower Decks, or even a review of Twilight Zone or something. Some new content video, that gets me the new subscribers. And then the people who come to the live stream come out of that pack of new subscribers. Although it's a small fraction of my audience, it's fun to talk to these people. And other people find that they can just get subscribers by putting out videos and not live streaming. So it's really your choice. You say that you mostly do live streams. I would say that there's nothing wrong with that, but I will tell you, in my opinion, that's going to be a harder and slower growth than if you were putting out separate videos. In my experience, and if Rock Solid's here, he might tell you the exact opposite. But this is my experience. It's all I can speak to. You probably have a harder path ahead of you, but just keep at it. Be consistent. If you can put out a video at the same time, generally that helps. I don't know why, but it's just saying generally it does. And here's Rock Solid. It says bun, burger bun, no bloody lettuce, no bloody tomato, and no damn cheese. Goddamn, Rock Solid has terrible, terrible sense in Star Trek and hamburgers. Kronos says, I would like that objective, subjective Blazing Saddles review. That's anti-track. Yes, that's anti-tracker, Kronos. Mountains of Elysium, Qapla. Says, greetings, Birdo Prey, Mamo Prey, Sisso Prey, Nephew Prey, the Ball Buster, and fellow nerds. No problem. Welcome. Thank you, Mountains of Elysium. And Continuum Trek is back again. Sorry about that. No problem. Welcome back, Continuum Trek. I hope that helps you guys with the live stream. If you have any specific questions, feel free to email me at birdopray5@aol.com. Dear Bop, can you please come and watch my live stream where I will be watching one of my favorite sparkly vampire movies? It's on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. I would really like it there if you were there to watch with me. Jedi Bill, assuming this is you, Jedi Bill. I will maybe try to make it for a little bit, but I'm streaming at 3 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, our Futurama Sunday, so I'm not going to be able to hang around all that long. But more importantly, as much as I want to congratulate you, Jedi Bill, on a job well done, I don't like sparkly vampire movies. And, I don't have a big desire to watch it, which I always say, but it's for me. Well, I understand. And if I can fit it into my schedule, I will be there. But the problem is on Sundays, I'm usually pretty busy before I start my own stream. So I'd start my stream earlier if I could. That's why we start at 3. If I can, I will come by, but even if I do, I'll have to leave by 3 p.m. to start my own stream. But good luck, and I will certainly suggest anybody who wants to watch the Sparkly Vampires, they go ahead and go to your stream, Jedi Bill, and I hope you enjoy your stream. Rock Solid says, frequent uploads, good titles, good thumbnails, using all keywords, good write-ups are all things you need to help grow. And he also says, live stream versus produced content had no effect on subscribers. It's all about the content the people want to see more of in the future. And that is Rock Solid's opinion. Mine is different. Dear Bop, I had a white chocolate with Oreo biscuit. First time I've had any Oreo. I really like this bar. What is your opinion on Oreo? Also, opinion on white chocolate. I like Oreo cookies. And surprisingly enough, I like golden Oreos. And that's where the cookie is like a light golden cookie. It still has the cream in the middle. Now they had reverse Oreos, which were golden cookies with chocolate cream. Those I really like, but I can't find them anymore. But as to white chocolate, disgusting. There shouldn't even be white chocolate. It gives me a headache. It's not chocolate. Somebody just lied and said, oh, we'll call this white chocolate. Bullshit. That's not chocolate. White chocolate is not chocolate. There's dark chocolate and there's milk chocolate. Those are your only two chocolates. There's no white chocolate. That's bullshit. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, here's a suggestion for anyone to help grow your subscribers. ask people to subscribe. If you don't, the answer is always no. And that is a very good question. I have always forgotten to ask people to subscribe. Yesterday, I had a crazy live stream. Rock Solid was there. And Rock Solid, I apologize. You couldn't get in your question. But crazy live stream at 60 plus people watching for well over 3 hours. Lots of people coming in and going, and surely had a lot of new people. I've never asked anybody to subscribe, and nobody did. That fact that show came and went, and not a single new subscriber from that yesterday. No. And I realized at no point did I ask people to subscribe to the channel. I asked people to subscribe to other people's channels, but I didn't ask people to subscribe to mine. Dear Bop, what is your favorite color, or color, as they say it in Canada or England or wherever this person is from? And of course, Kronos likes white chocolate. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, my question is in Dear Bop. Well, we'll get there soon. NB Geeks, let's talk. Says, about the time you got that damn bed fixed, you lazy man. Thank you, NB. What's your favorite color? You know, it changes. It changes. I've been on blue. There are various shades of blue, green. If you're going to go to a Crayola box, there's I think it's blue green or green blue is probably my favorite crayon color. Generally shades of blue. Although to be honest, most of the time I use red because for Klingon stuff for BirdOpray5.com. I prefer shades of red, dark red. But when people ask my favorite color, it's usually blue. I don't know why. And it's not a very strong, like I would never, like sometimes there's security questions, for like your account, and they ask, what's your favorite color? I would never use one of those questions because my favorite color can change day to day and week to week. I don't really have any strong feelings on favorite color. But if I have to pick one for today, it's blue. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey. Also, if you want engagement, all for it. I ask a question to the audience in the intro in 99% of my videos. Yeah, and I notice you ask the question in 99% of your videos. And I know when you ask the question, and I apologize, but I say he doesn't really give a shit about this. And you very well might. I shouldn't be one to be saying this, but in my mind, I'm like, he doesn't care about this answer. He just wants to ask a question so people comment on the video so that it feeds the algorithm. And I see through it. I see through it. Now you could say you honestly care about the answer. And if you do, that's great. But you're not the only one. Believe me, Rock Solid. A lot of creators out there ask a question of the audience. And every single time someone asks a question of their audience, I'm like, you stupid son of a bitch. You don't give a shit about our answers. You just want to see us put in an answer just so YouTube registers somebody replied to your video. So again, maybe you care, and that's great if you do. But I don't like asking that. When I ask a question of my audience, it's because I legit have a question. I've asked the questions before on rare occasion, not all the time. But if I'm going to ask a question, it's a question I truly want to know the answer to. Moxley says, Bird of Prey, okay, Bird, and you need to head out. Moxley says, Bird of Prey, okay, Bird, and you all need to head out for now. Have a great reset of rest of stream. Qapla, hail Caroga. Hail Caroga. Take care, Moxley, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. So Blue. Dear Bob, I wanted to say this on your panel yesterday, but after not being able to speak over the top of others for 25 minutes, I decided to send this in a Dear Bob. So I'm guessing this is rock solid. Arguing a point. If you can't argue your point without getting emotional and telling someone to simply F off, just stop before you even start. Personal insults weaken your position and your credibility. I can have a passionate debate with someone without insulting them. If you can't, maybe it's because your position is based on emotion and not fact. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You can disagree without becoming disagreeable. I may have taken exception to how I was treated by Mr. Crawford in the past, but he did not deserve to be shouted at F you by NB geeks for having a difference of opinion. That was no different than the leftists and their bullying behavior, if you dare have an opposing view. Knowing your audience. While I do not agree with Disney what Disney did to Gina C, she's an idiot for continuing to poke the bear in the bear's den and not expect a response. Social media is an algorithm-driven echo chamber. That's the way it's designed. As such, those with the loudest voices are the ones who get repeated and rebroadcast. This is why it's such a cesspool of cancel culture. They have time to bang their drum louder than anyone else because, frankly, those with common sense are too busy leading productive lives to worry about someone's pronouns. That being said, Gina knew what the mob was and how the mob worked. She has for months tried to provoke a response, and now she finally got one. Is it a right? Nope. But I know my company has a social media usage policy, and if I do something they perceive puts the company in a bad light, even on my own accounts and platforms, I can receive corrective action up to and including termination. She knew the risks and did what she did. That is on her. RXP. Well, she knew what she was doing. She knew the risks, and now she's got a new job with Ben Shapiro. So maybe it was all publicity. Maybe not. Maybe we'll never know. Carlo says, so when you asked for our bank account numbers, you didn't really care about the answer. Oh no, Carlo, I genuinely cared. Rockstar says, Bird of Prey, it depends on the question. Most of the time, I really do want to know because if you look, I also respond to 98% of comments. I like having the discussion. Chrono says, I need her snoo. No regret, she is hot. I'm glad that you have so much discussion, Rock Solid. It just, when I hear YouTubers asking, and leave or whatever, and what do you think about this? It feels so fake. Dear Bot, I have this software that will absolutely revolutionize the planet. It will change the internet. I'm just extremely concerned about the project's namesake. It's my life mission to get my live stream. I'm looking for more than a few good code writers if you know any good ones. My project is searching for the best code writers. Dear Bob, I've stumbled upon some extremely hard calculations. Does Caroga have any specialist that can help my world-changing software? No, but if you have any really hard calculations, just enter them in and I'll do them and I'll give you the answer. I will not show my work, so you just have to trust me. Dear Bob, technically not a movie, but for Cinema Saturday, you should do the director's cut of Stargate SG-1 Children of the Gods 2009. I don't know where to get the director's cut, but maybe. I mean, it's a made-for-TV movie. I see at some point, I think we're going to do Stargate at some point, or someone else will. So I don't know. But thank you. Roxanne says, Kronos, Bird of Prey, her Adam's apple is bigger than mine. Wow, I don't know what's going on there. Okay. Dear Bop, my good man, have a care. Your misses of apostrophes is preposterous to me. It offends my very soul. From my brogues to my bowler, it's a whole lot of guff. It makes me want to take you roughly by the lapels of your blazer and haze ya. You're a rudesby. It eludes me how you can be so unruly and truly believe that you can enter Club Beretta, so you better bust a move or you'll be trussed up within an inch of your life. And I'll say to the doorman, chorus, I'm going back inside to give him a piece of my mind. And that repeats 4 or 5 times. Wilson's gonna let me back in, you know. You're for it now. He'll cry as I return, brandishing my brolly. It's your folly, you know. You should never have tried to get inside these clothes. They're an abomination of such establishment. Could only condone your banishment. I need to chasten you. I hasten to add that to your brother. A.V. Scuffy's not welcome, or his mates, the little blathercates. I don't know what the hell we're doing. Dear Bob, do Jeep guys hate Toyota because they're the ones always having to roll them back over? No, I hate Toyotas because they're built like crap. Okay, my coworker had a Toyota 4Runner, pretty big looking SUV. I couldn't even fit inside. I was 6'4" walking. I couldn't fit in his goddamn Toyota 4Runner, which was bigger than my Jeep. It was bigger than my Grand Cherokee at the time, but it's built for tiny people. So F you, Toyota. Roxas is bird of prey, so no response to the start of My Dear Bob. Is there anything that needed a response? I apologized earlier for you not being able to get in your answer. You're right. You shouldn't get overly emotional. And if your answer is just F off, you've already lost the argument. I agree. It's not, it was not just telling somebody to F off was not an appropriate response, and it was not a productive response, and it reflected poorly on the person who said it. But I'm not going to dwell on it because it is what it is. Rockstar says, I have a Toyota Corolla as a rental right now with my car being repaired, total POS. Chronos says, crack is whack. I agree, crack is whack. Dear Bob, what is the national cheese of Caroga and why is it Stilton? No, the national cheese of Caroga is Carogan cheese, and it's exactly the same as Yellow American. Except it's Carogan. Rockstar says, bird of prey, I'm fine with getting in. It was more the F off comment. Anti-Tracker has heard worse. Anti-Tracker has heard worse. Dear Bob, in Caroga, golden Oreos are just regular Oreos dipped in the Gelotra machine. God, no. That's not how it works. That is not how it works. Okay. Yeah, I understand, Rock Solid. That was not the high point of the stream. But it happened. I will hope it doesn't happen again in the future, but I just don't see anything worth dwelling on at this point. Kronos says, Bird of Prey, I'm trying to find my middle fingers. They're between your other fingers, Kronos. Let's look in between your other fingers. Okay, you have your 2 fingers on the edge, then you have your 2 fingers next to them, then you've got 1 finger in between the 2. That's your middle finger. That's your middle. I could show it to you, but I don't want to offend anyone. But it's this finger. Anyway, guys, with that, I'm going to call it a night. Call it a stream. I will be around later if anyone else is streaming. I am going to get ready for tomorrow. We've got Jurassic Park, like I said, at about 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, if all goes well. And I hope to see you there. Qapla all, and Bird out. And thank you all so much. And John Araki and 420 and Jedi Bill and everyone else who donated with the super chats. And thank you all for being honest and keeping your eyes closed during that kissing Dax scene. That was very nice of you guys. I appreciate it. Bird out. Oh, and please subscribe. If this is your first time here, you haven't subscribed before, if you're not sure if you're still subscribed, please check that you're subscribed. Hit that bell icon. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Bird out. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out BirdoPrey5.com, the new home of everything Bird of Prey 5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BirdoPrey5 or on BirdoPrey5.com. Take care.